Boo! Hey guys, what's up? Okay, so let's get started. I'm just gonna jump right into it with the eyes. I'm just gonna pick up my Morphe 35o palette and pick up the lightest shade in the palette. It's like a really creamy, like off-white color. And I'm just gonna start to set my eyes. I have already applied concealer all over my eyes and blended it out with my finger. So I am just setting it with powder. Normally I set my eyes with like a translucent powder, but because I want to do something so dark and so smoky today, I'm gonna use a lighter powder. I don't know, just whenever I want to do like something really intense on my eyes, I like to lay down a really bright base because I just feel like it intensifies the eye a little bit more. Now mixing together this more like camel colored brown with this like pinky colored brown, I'm just gonna start to place this right into my crease. I just want to create a nice like halo effect, so I'm taking this from the outer corner of my crease all the way to the inner corner. This is going to be really dark and really smoky, and we're going to go on with a really dark color next. So I just want to create a nice, like I said, halo effect around the eye so that all those dark colors kind of seamlessly blend together. So I'm just going to keep going back and forth in little windshield wiper motions and then doing little circular motions to diffuse out the edges so there are no harsh or sharp lines. Now I'm just going to pick up my Milani liquid eye pencil and start to just put it all over my lid. I want to just kind of cover my lid in like a nice dark brown color. So I want to make sure that I lay down a nice creamy base before I do that. If you just try to lay down like a dark color all over your lid, a lot of the times it'll look really patchy and it won't look like even across. It'll look kind of like dirty. But if you lay down a base like this, it helps it to look really even when you lay down that color. I love these Milani liquid eye pencils. Like I got this brown one and it's like at the nub, like it is done. And when I go to the drugstore to get a new one, which I'm definitely getting a new one because I love it, I think I'm gonna get like all the other colors because they just work so good and they last so long. I love them. So again, I'm just putting this all over my eye, blending it out with my finger, and now I'm gonna go in with a dark brown shadow and pack that all over the top. Picking up this dark brown shadow now from the palette, I'm just gonna start to pack this on all over my lid. The great thing about this palette is no matter what your skin tone is, there is a brown color in that palette that is gonna match your skin tone and it's gonna look good on you, I promise. There's like a gajillion brown colors. I just chose this one because it's not super warm, it's not super cool, it's kind of in the middle and it's really neutral, which is kind of what I wanted to go for. So I'm just packing all that on all over my lid. In my innermost corner, it's really hard with that fluffy brush to get into that little area without getting too messy. So I'm just using a smaller brush to pack it on in the inner corner. Picking up my brush and using whatever is left over, I am just diffusing out the edges to start to blend it into those other colors that we already put in the crease. I started to notice that it wasn't really diffusing out that well without picking up colors, so I started picking up a little bit of that brown color at a time on the brush and just starting to diffuse it out. Literally, I was just tapping it in, tapping off the excess, and then starting to diffuse it out little by little. It's better to not have enough product and have to add more than to have too much product and to have to start trying to take it off, especially when you're doing a really dark, smoky eye like this. It can turn super raccoon-eyed super quick. So little bits of product at a time. Now just picking up my fluffy brush, I just dipped that brush back into those first two colors that we put in our crease, and I'm just diffusing out the edges and kind of brightening up that crease a little bit more just to help blend it out and, you know, show kind of like that ombre-ish effect that we're trying to do on the eyes. Now picking up a little bit more of that cream colored eyeshadow, I'm just going to brighten up my brow bone a little bit, and then I'm going to take my fluffy brush and make sure that all the colors are nice and blended together. I wanted to add like a little pop of color to the center of my eye because I just can't help it. I couldn't just have one flat color on my lid. I was like, I need dimension. I need it. So I went ahead and picked up this like reddish kind of coppery brownish type color, and using a fluffy brush, I just applied it right to the center of my lid, like just on the ball of my eye, right in the middle, and then kind of just blended it out into the edges. I just wanted this to kind of add like a little pop of color and kind of make our eyes look a little bit bigger and a little bit more round. So I already applied my foundation, my concealer, my eyebrows. I kind of just did all the cream stuff on my face, and I'm just going to go ahead and start bronzing my face up. Nothing new here, guys. I'm still loving the Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion. I use the color 25i, bronzing the same way I always do, down my cheekbones, around the perimeter of my forehead, and that's it. I'm also going to contour with my Ofra Cosmetics eyeshadow in the color Truffle. Same way I always do, draw my little line, and then just do little circular motions until it's blended out. Really nothing new. I'm boring with my contour routine. This is what I've been liking, so this is what I've been doing. Don't fix what ain't broke, right? It's working good. I felt like my bronzer was a little bit messy that day, so I just decided to bake right underneath of it to clean it up a little bit. When I bake, I draw a line from like my temple to the corner of my mouth, just to carve out that contour, but then I like to fill in underneath with powder too, just to add like a natural highlight underneath of that contour, just to make that contour look even sharper. Now I'm just spritzing my brush with a little bit of Fix Plus, and I'm just gonna highlight away. I'm using my Mary Luminizer by the Balm Cosmetics. I've been loving this highlighter. If you've been watching my videos, you know that I've been loving this highlighter. So I'm just gonna highlight all the highest points of my face, as I always do. Using that same highlighter, I'm also going to highlight my inner corners of my eyes and right underneath of the arches of my eyebrows. Now dipping right back into that same dark brown shade that we used all over our lid, I'm taking my Morphe M506 brush and I'm just smoking out my bottom lash line. I'm going from the outer corner of my lash line all the way to the inner corner. I'm not going to cover up my little inner corner highlight that I just did, but I am taking it as far in as possible because I want my bottom lash line to be really smoky. Now taking my Milani liquid eye pencil. This is the brown one, not the black one. I didn't mention that before. This is like the dark brown one. I'm obsessed with it. I love it. I use it so much. I'm just lining my water lines, and I'm actually gonna line my top waterline, which is so freaky. I don't even like watching myself do this. It looks so bizarre. Whatever, it's so weird. Then taking that same little Morphe brush, I'm just gonna dip into that little color mixture that we did for our crease color, that like camely brown and the pinky brown, and I'm just using that to further smoke out my lash line on the bottom, so I don't have like an ugly, just dark line. We want it to be nice and diffused. Just, you know, I used my, what's it called? Oh my gosh, I used my stipling brush to wash away or to fluff away whatever, my bakage. And now I'm just using a little bit of banana powder to sharpen up that contour even more. Now I'm using MAC's blush in the color Heroine just to add a little blush to the apples of my cheeks. And that's really it. Oh, now going on my stipling brush, I'm just gonna make sure everything is nice and blended together. Let's get started on the lips. So I'm actually using Colourpop's lip liner in the color Chi. I can't believe that I waited this long to use the Colourpop eyeliner to try them out. They are so creamy. They glide on so easy. I mean, this is the first time that I've used them, but my first impression is that I like really love them. And like they're so affordable. I think they're like $5 or $6 each. So I don't know, like you really can't beat that. I also really like the NYX ones, and obviously the MAC ones are the bomb, but I was really impressed by these. I really like how creamy they are. So I'm just lining my lips and filling them in with this color. I'm now going to go in with the liquid lipstick from Colourpop in the color Chi also. It's from a collaboration with Karrueche, and that's how you say her name, Karrueche? I'm not sure how to say her name, but it's her collaboration, and this is her liquid lipstick and her lip liner. So I'm just going in with the Chi liquid lipstick on top. Once that lipstick dries a little bit and it's not like completely wet, it's kind of like damp, I'm going to pick up Anastasia Beverly Hills' liquid lipstick in the color Pure Hollywood. I'm just going to put a couple dabs of it right in the center of my bottom lip, smack my lips together, and then use my finger to kind of blend it out. By putting a lighter color just in the center of your lips, it's like a really light ombre lip, not an intense ombre lip, but it's just going to make our lips look a little bit bigger. It's going to add like more light to the center of our lips, kind of like a highlighter would do, and it's just going to make our lips look a little bit more pouty and full, which we all want right now, right? So this is the final look, guys. I did go ahead and pop on some lashes. These are the Cara lashes in the style number WD. Oh my gosh, I'm like dyslexic. In the number DW. I'll write it down there in the bottom bar below so you guys can check them out. But yeah, this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys like this look. I know I called it like a classic smoky eye, but when I added that pop of color to the center, I know it was like a little tiny detail, but it kind of made it not so classic anymore. So I guess it's kind of like a classic smoky eye with a twist. But like I said before, even if you don't like the brown color that I used on my lid in this tutorial, if you have this palette, there is 100% a different brown color that will definitely work for you, because there's a brown color for everybody in that palette. That is one thing that I can promise you. I hope you guys liked this look. I hope you guys liked all the other looks that I used. Using only the Morphe 35o palette. I will be posting my last look using this palette tomorrow, so if you guys are interested, check it out. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see any of my other videos, just go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!